Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to the long, dark Wintermute. So, Grey Mother here has tasked us with filling up her fridge. We could totally do that. We're really close. But if you would, if I were to do that, I'm gonna use up all of my food stores. So we've been told as well, we can either head out into the forest and try to locate food. I'm assuming these are like deers that we can go through. Or we could go down to the gas station down here. And I'm kind of thinking gas station. I know it's morally bad and it might give us a bad ending of some sort, but you know what? Realistically, this isn't a bad, thing. We're trying to survive here. Although this is a bad thing, all this cold. But we're not getting too cold. My biggest concern, of course, is running into wolves. One thing I did want to do is I did want to check out the short-range radio. That's actually something I'm kind of interested in. Let me see. Okay, my weight is down. I am a little bit tired. So, if I was a bit smarter, I would have made some coffee before leaving. But we're already on our journey, so don't even worry about it. Maybe we can do that in a bit. But we're going to check out that short-range radio, I think. I would like to check out this end of town, but there does seem to be like a wolf permanently patrolling around down here, and I don't know. I just don't feel like messing with it. It's been a couple days since we've done the Long Dark. I'm enjoying the series so far. I think it's a lot of fun. I saw that since I last played it, they did an update or two. So, fixing any weird bugs and stuff like that. Maybe even some weird things we've ran into. I don't know, but could be. Today's not going to be anywhere near as long as some of the other ones. I just wanted to play a lot last time, and I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I just don't have the time right now. So, today's going to be a short one. That's where we're going up there. I assume the climb mechanic is limited only to specialty areas that you're allowed to climb. Yeah. You can't just, start climbing walls. You never could. That was a new thing. The arch. So yeah, today's probably just going to be a shorter 30-minute one. And so will next time. I might end up doing them both in one sitting here, but it's more than likely going to be shorter, and I do see a wolf over there now. This is really good stuff. It actually is. You don't have to waste cloth and bandages when you can use this. So, we're pretty close. It's that way. I'm actually warming up right now, believe it or not. I do want to get to that radio tower, though. There's supposed to be some stuff up there. I just don't know how feasible it is for me to get up there at the moment. But maybe there's a way around. I don't know. There's a couple deer around here. There's one strategy for getting deer. I don't like it, but if you're really desperate, or you've got a lot of, you've got a good method, a good way to... Oh, is he going after the deer? I think he might be. Anyway, if you've got a good method of, healing yourself, or a good place to sleep, you've got good clothes, and you've basically got everything to repair. One technique I have seen... Oh, he's going after him. Is to have the wolf chase after the deer. That's part one. The wolf takes down the deer for you, because it's kind of hard to take down a deer without any, weapons. And then you scare away the wolf. There's a couple ways. You could try flaring. You could, I could try throwing rocks. I don't know how effective that is. Some other weapons in the game that I'm gonna I'm going to hold off on telling you guys about, because I feel like they might just slightly be spoilerish. This is not the way to get up to that tower, clearly. We're going to leave that wolf alone, though. I'm not desperate on food at the moment. If I was, though, that would be a technique I might try. My condition's high enough, so I could, probably do it. The idea basically is you're using the wolf as the killing method, and then you quickly try to scare him away so he doesn't eat too much of the meat, and then you get the rest of the meat to yourself. It's not a bad early game technique, but like I said, it does require, if you mess up, you're going to have to fight the wolf, and you'll lose some resources doing so. So, actually there was a path that went up this way through town. Let me go this way, and maybe we'll run up to it. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, it's a risky technique, but it's not a terrible one if you've got the resources for it. And I don't see that wolf, so we're going to take our chance really quick. That might have been the same wolf, I don't know. Okay, I think that might have been the same wolf. We're going to take this moment to finish scavenging like I wanted to. Nothing. Worthless. Actually, I think I see hidden cash note. Hey girl, that grumpy jerk at Orca left the back door open, so I snuck in and took some stuff. I thought we might need it when we get out of here. Can't wait to get over to the mainland with you, where we can finally be together for real. I'll meet you there tomorrow night like we planned. I stashed the stuff near that big fallen tree in the marshy area behind St. Christopher's. You know, where we met that one time and drank your dad's contraband. Where's that at? Ah, it's by the church. Okay. So if I were to go out there, I could feasibly find something. Yeah, and this was something I was supposed to look for. Antibiotics, antiseptic, energy bar, painkillers. Alright. So they're not like hidden. They're just like little boxes in the snow. That's alright. I would have preferred like a little hollow, kind of dug in under some rocks or something, that looked suspicious and you had to investigate it. But it's alright. What if we run into people inside the gas station? That would be spooky. They're like, are you going to steal our stuff? It's all we have. And then we got to make a moral decision. Okay, we're going to cautiously go this way. I see the gas station now. And we're going to have to break into it. It's not the right thing to do in the normal sense of things, but I think in a survival situation, it's kind of like an acceptable thing to do. Trail. No gas. Man, that's some expensive gas. And a charging station. What, for the electric cars they have up in Canada? I think this is Canada, right? Yeah. Excuse my ignorance. Extra pry bar. Excuse my ignorance. I don't know exactly where in Canada it's set. I'm pretty... Yeah, it is Canada, because there's Canadian flags. But I don't know specifically where it's at. So if you didn't get the pry bar from before, there's a spare one. This is not very useful. And no cash. We're going to break in. promise we're not bad people. Don't shoot. Okay. So it was locked up. I imagine there's going to be a lot of things in here. Try not to break down anything.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
We're mostly looking for food. Ah, storm lantern. That's good. That's good. They even gave it a lighting animation too. That's pretty cool. No more cash. So this thing's cool because it'll really help us for exploring this place because it's, you know, it's a little dark and all. Orchid gas store note. General notice to Orchid gas locations on Great Bear Island. As we are no longer in a position to ensure adequate and timely supply deliveries from our mainland distribution centers, we regret to inform you that we must reduce the frequency of our supply deliveries to once per quarter. As such, we are relaxing restrictions on using local suppliers. Supplies to our remote locations only. All Orchid gas locations on the mainland must continue to source their merchandise from approved providers. Do they mean for gas? Ooh, that's a bad exchange rate. That's a really bad exchange rate. 1 US... Ooh, paddle? Oh, no, I'm good. I was going to say, is there paddling I can do? 1 US dollars to 20... Or 1 Canadian dollar to 23 US cents. That is bad. Alright, well, if I need more wood, this is a pretty easy spot to get it. Man, we're going to give that lady so much dog food. She's going to hate us. Keeping the salty crackers for myself. I'm still not used to seeing people in this game, you know? So I'm slightly worried that I'm going to be running around and then, like, in the back, there's going to be somebody with a gun. And they're going to say, get out of my store, you know, and then, like, shoot a warning shot, and I'm going to get, like, freaked out. It could happen. It really could.
I need to drop something.
No, you don't. You're fine. I don't think there's actually anything in there. $6. Ooh. Now, I have heard that's a thing. Here, I need to refill this, I think. I have heard that's a thing. That, milk in the U.S. is a lot cheaper than... Let's see, refuel. Milk in the U.S. is a lot cheaper than it is in other countries. Lamp is full. Okay. Because, like, milk in the U.S. is, it depends on where you're at, but I've seen it go all the way down to, like, $2 for a gallon to, you know, being up to about 3-ish or so. But I've heard that, like, in other countries, milk is kind of expensive. It's like $6 a gallon, which is kind of crazy. But I have heard that I think stores buy milk at, like, a heavy loss. It's a loss leader, I think it's what it's called. They buy milk at a heavy loss to get people into the store. And there might be, you know, like, government help somewhere in there. I don't really know a lot about it, to be perfectly honest. But, yeah, milk is very discounted. It's a lot cheaper than it should be in the U.S. It's kind of weird, you know?
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, God, I thought somebody was talking to me. I was like, oh, no, please, don't shoot. Yeah, you'll be fine. Bedroll! Finally, we can sleep wherever we want. Okay, that's a really good find. Every time you use it, it does go down in durability, but you can repair it with cloth, which is, you know, as long as you keep exploring, relatively easy to find, so... Sleeping bags are good. Anywhere that it's, you know, remotely sheltered, like in a cave, you can use it, and you can sleep. You know, that would have helped my big problems I had earlier in the game where I was trying to sleep. And I had nowhere to actually sleep.
Could end up being useful.
You can, of course, use this, Okay, so I could sleep in here. You can, of course, always use this, lantern during, you know, regular night exploration, but you never really want to explore at night if you can help it anyway. Ah, and there's a fire barrel in here. So, normally you can't start fires inside. I said it before, it's kind of an aggravation, annoying thing for me, but whatever. But, if there's a fire barrel, or, you know, a fireplace, of course, you can start fires inside, so this could be a, you know, reasonable-ish shelter if I wanted to stay here the night. What time is it? We might be forced to stay here the night. Let me see how bright it is outside really quick. It's definitely getting nighttime. It's actually really hazy right now. But I think we can make it back in time. So that's where the back door would have been. Not a whole lot going on out here. Alright, so we're going to make our way back. Hopefully not run into any wolves. There's some kind of trail that goes this way. And we might explore it. I don't know. Not right now, obviously, but, you know, in the future. I don't know how much exploration plays into this single-player experience, you know, if that makes sense. It's, of course, a big thing in multiplayer. You know, you always want to explore around and find all, like, the best buildings for surviving in. Find all the best supplies. But in the single-player experience, it seems like they're doing a lot of things to give you stuff. Like, that gas station had so many resources in it. Oh. In normal sandbox gameplay, you don't get anywhere near that much. Alright. Let's keep a lookout for that wolf.
Feels like something is sapping my energy.
You'll be fine. We're about to go home, about to go to sleep. It's nighttime. Grandmother's gonna complain about the mainlanders again. It's gonna be great. Sorry, I'm a little twitchy right now. This like fog rolls in every once in a while. And it makes you a little nervous, because wolves can see you probably at about the edge of your vision for the fog. So, you'll probably hear the growling before you see them. I haven't seen any wolves over here as of yet, so we're probably okay, but... Oh god. Where is it? Dang it! Dang it! Well, that's what happens in a wolf fight. That actually went alright, relatively speaking. Seeing as I have no actual weaponry, I'm not going to pursue that any further, but that would be an opportunity to follow up and, you know, kill a wolf. And they have some meat on them too, so they're not as good as deer, but they, you know, they offer a decent benefit if you're already having to deal with them. Anyway, I'm going to do the usual night stuff. And when we'll come back, we'll finish filling up the fridge. So see you guys in a minute. I should add, by the way, all those, like, that wounds we took, it said I got, like, minor lacerations. They don't actually show up on, like, our status. So it didn't physically hurt me. Like, I lost condition, which will regain most, if not all, of through the night. But it's just I don't have to worry about healing it, which is a nice thing, I suppose. We fought it off pretty quick. If I fought it unarmed, which they used to have a way where you could like equip an item for a fight. It looks like they've removed that, I think. I'm not really sure exactly how that went. But they made it so that doesn't happen anymore. But it looks like when you get attacked, time slows down and you get to choose what you do to fight it back. I didn't put a lot of thought into it, but next time it happens, I'll try to pay a little bit more attention to it. Alright, I think we're good. I'm gonna give her some dog food. I hope that's enough. You can take the dog food that's really not doing good for us. Alright. You good on food now? So tell me, Mainlander, did you do what I asked? Did you ransack the gas station? Did you clean them out? Yeah. I did. I feel bad about taking other people's stuff, but right now you need it more. And I can't waste any more time. I need to find my friend. Might makes right, huh, Mainlander? You might just have what it takes to survive this long winter after all. Okay. So what? I'm good on that. Is that the end for you? Leave you to your thoughts for a while? Okay, what's my objective then? No afflictions. Try talking to her after she's had some time to rest. Okay, so basically we're told to wait. Okay. So what we're gonna do, because it sounds cold outside, we are gonna make some coffee. It's gonna be slightly wasteful in terms of like water and stuff, but that's okay. Water's pretty easy to get, especially considering we have unlimited fire here. We're gonna drink the warm coffee. That will keep us from taking too much fatigue and will be warm. And I'm gonna go see if we can get to that radio tower now. Oh, there's that wolf. See, here's the thing. If you do enough damage to a wolf, eventually it'll bleed out and die. So sometimes, you know, if you manage to hurt it enough and you go away for a bit and you come back, you'll come back and there'll be a dead wolf nearby. And you can scavenge it, like you do the deers. So anyway, I bet if we go up this way, we'll probably find a route to that tower. I was thinking about it, and then I got distracted by the no wolf. And we're not getting too cold. This is good. It's weird. All I've got for reference, like time reference, is the sun in the sky and that little mark on the top right of the screen. Which I'm kind of starting to understand now. But before we used to have, they used to do it a bit more, like, well, at first I think it started with an actual clock. Like, there was actual time. And then they'd be like, 4 hours until sunset. 3 hours until sunset. You know, an hour before sunset. And now it's just a picture. Which I guess is more realistic. Yeah, this is the right way. But it does take a little bit of getting used to, I should say. Especially when you're trying to make sure you have enough time left in the day to do all the tasks you're wanting to do. Something's dead over here. There's a deer. We could harvest a lot of food here. Let's grab some sticks. We're a little bit overweight. You're going to find that that's going to be a common occurrence for me. I think there's so I haven't really done a ton of like looking into the meta of gameplay in this game. Okay, they made the rabbits a lot less skittish than they used to be. You never got anywhere close to them. But I want to say that there's probably like different sets of good clothes. Like there'll be light clothes that for their weight are good at, warmth and wind resistance. And then there's heavy clothes that are much better, but they're obviously heavier and they're good for actually trudging through the cold. And you probably want to switch between them as you need to. I've never been really great at anything like that. I've always gone with what clothes have the best stats regardless of how heavy they are. And as a result of that, whenever I, have everything I need, you're pretty close to your weight limit as is, like your normal weight limit. So I generally find during normal gameplay, unless I just have no food and no water, that I'm almost always a little bit overweight. Is that an analogy? An analogy for Americans? I don't know. But yeah, these are good. Oh, that was weird. Music just started all of a sudden. Alright, let's see what we got. I don't want to spend too long out here. So we could get some meat. That would take a bit. I do want to get some meat, though. Let's set up a fire. Hold on a moment. Okay, sorry about that. So, it's been about an hour or so since then, unfortunately. Ooh, look, you can see my bedroll up there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start this fire. Yeah, we'll do it with the accelerant. Just to speed it up. Throw in a bunch of fuel. And we'll harvest it. We might as well at this point. I think it'll be useful. And you'll notice he's getting less frozen as we go. I've got some idea that the frozen level might be also related to the temperature that comes off of him. Not sure, but, I think it might. But that takes a lot less time with the hatchet. I'll probably end up wanting to repair the hatchet at some point. But that takes a lot less time. We'll take the hide. Okay.
Damn it.
And I stepped on the fire. And I burnt myself. Excellent. So bandage plus that. So which one was it?
The pain.
I'm not sure. Was it Rose Hip? I hope it was Rose Hip. We'll find out in a second. Okay, now we need bandage. Alright, and that's been healed. Okay, so yeah, be careful about walking directly over fires, even if they're only embers. They're very hot. It's little things like that I found in this game are some of the most annoying, is accidentally injuring yourself with something kind of dumb. Looks like a cave over there, too. We might end up investigating that. I mean, I'm sure we can at some point. We're waiting for Grey Mother for some indeterminable amount of time to be ready to talk to us again. Alright. So no building up here. There's a box, though.
I think I can use this.
Fire log. Accelerant. Ragged work gloves. Antiseptic. Flare shell. Fire log. Okay, lots of random stuff. I thought that might have been the flare pistol. Guess not. There's a dead guy over here, though.
To slow me down.
This pork and beans.
I could use this.
Arrowhead. Okay. So we've got 2 of the parts needed to make arrows. Now, obviously, without a bow, it's not very useful, but we've got 2 of the parts. You need feathers, the actual wood part, and then an arrowhead. So we're on a good track. Unfortunately, the part of the bow that is probably one of the most important bits, the wood that holds the whole thing together, is a little bit hard to track down. Historically, I should say. And probably one of the most annoying parts to repair. So we might be a bit limited on getting any bows or arrows soon. No bears right off. Do have some coal. Okay, yeah. I think it's just like a little hiding spot. If you were to get all the way up here and you're freezing to death, this would be a good spot to take shelter in. And I got a lot of things. Ugh. That's alright. We're more or less done. Yeah, so we're more or less done for today. Next time, we'll see if she's ready to talk. If she's not, we'll do a bit more exploration of the surrounding area. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I did get some gloves. Let's take a look at those. Alright. They are not very good condition. Not as warm. Not as windproof. Not as water resistant, I would assume. They're more armored. They also slow me down a bit. And they weigh more. Probably not worth it to do. Yeah, let's see. It's gonna start heading towards the nighttime at some point soon. So what I'm gonna do is I'll try to avoid doing this too often, but we'll do it for today just so I can get the save point. I'm gonna go ahead and... Don't look at that! I'm gonna go ahead and set up my bedroll. Let's see, I can do that like this. We're not too cold. And I'll just sleep for 1 hour really quick just to save. And we'll pick up from here next time. Like I said, we're gonna check and see... Saving, okay. We're gonna check and see if Grey Mother's ready to talk to us. If not, we'll do some more exploration the next day. But Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more The Long Dark Wintermute. Bye.